Howdy, folks, and welcome back to Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're up to episode 10 of the final season, season 7, sadly. Last episode was pretty good. It was one of the best episodes, in my opinion, one of my favorites of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I didn't expect it to be. As soon as I saw it was going to be a Groundhog Day episode, I was like, oh, come on. Not, another science fiction show, another genre show doing a Groundhog Day episode. Everybody has to do that trope. Turned out to be really, really good. A lot of emotional hits, some character development, which we're going to get to here in a second, which is development for one but not the other. It's weird. Development for Coulson Bot, for sure. And, of course, losing Enoch, which was the biggest one. I think there's a probability, I think, that in the final episode or episodes we might see a Enoch in some form. It wouldn't be the Enoch from this timeline, right? Because he's gone. He died. But it could be, that we might catch up to. This is my theory. I have this working theory now in my head that, remember the Gemma's reaction last episode where I said it's got to be a Fitz-related thing, that she would react that emotionally and be, that terrified or, scream at something that she had done and scream no, which she did. It has to be Fitz-related. So I thought for sure that somehow Fitz died, that either she caused his death or her inaction allowed him to die or something. And what she said, what have I done? So I think she either caused or her actions led to his death, is my feeling. But my theory is that the show, our current heroes, are going to move forward and eventually get to the time when that happened, right? Because remember, it was sometime in the future where Simmons came from when she came back at the end of last season to save May. So I have a feeling we might catch up to them again, and that our crew is going to be able to somehow undo or prevent the Fitz death that Gemma remembers so horribly. And again, I'm assuming that that's what it is. And that would be a great ending because it would get, Fitz back in at the very end, and everybody seems to think he's going to be. In fact, I think some people have said that there were some promotional photos of this season that included him, so he's going to be for sure. I hope so. I think that that's probably a safe bet. But we'd get everybody back. We'd have Enoch, right? Because they'd catch up to another Enoch, before he went back in time. And the only problem is we'd have multiple Simmonses. Well, maybe they'll do a mirror and this Simmons will die and then we'll catch up to another Simmons. I don't know. But anyway, I have that crazy theory. So the other thing was, of course, you've got Daisy and Sousa. And you get that unique situation where Daisy has learned how Sousa feels about her. She has expressed, in the form of kiss, her feelings towards him, but he doesn't remember any of it. She does. She remembers it all. He doesn't remember any of it. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out here. And are we going to get the showdown between Daisy and her little sister in this episode? Or not? Well, anyway, let's find out. What year are we in? 90s? Oh no, that boombox is not 90s. That's an 80s boombox. I know an 80s boombox when I see one. Are we still in the 80s? Are they going to tell us? Oh. So he's recruiting good, new, promising Garrett. I love the logo. We're still in the 1980s. Cool. So he said that. So he found Garrett. I guess that makes sense. 80s. Okay. And gets to Hydra. Yeah. Survives his wounds. Becomes a Hydra agent. Then eventually recruits Ward. Right? So a lot of people are holding out hope that we're going to see Ward. But he's found Garrett to give him a superpower, which, again, massive diversion from their timeline, their original timeline. So I wonder if they'll ever be able to find their timeline again. Or is that not even the point? I'm really glad that these guys got into the real deal. That's really cool. Once again, Sousa like, whoa, look at all this high tech. And they're like, oh my God, this low tech stuff. Well, Simmons can tell. He likes her.
What? You were inconsolable.
I'm glad they're not dropping this. I'm glad that Daisy is remembered this and is pursuing it. It's not that Simmons can necessarily remember any of it, because I think it's my theory again is that that's the purpose of the implant, was to prevent her from remembering this horrible thing that I'm guessing is Fitz's death. I'm glad they're not dropping it.
I hear you, but we can't lose any more parents.
And this is about
Before Daisy's like, I don't really want to meet my mom before I was born. Oh, it's funny.
protecting your existence.
There was a woman who... That was
Well,
fast.
too late. Can't tell her.
He's hunting us.
Prepare yourself.
Is it going to include the part where he gets disintegrated by Coulson?
I'm going with you.
I like how they've still avoided a Sierra Victor reunion from Dollhouse here.
I have to get her back.
Sousa's not here.
Cora won't listen. You have to bring back my daughter.
Uh-oh. They didn't get a chance to tell her, and now she just heard there's another daughter. Dun dun dun.
I should have killed you years ago.
I don't know if Cora's crossed that line yet. Is she gonna take him out? Yeah, she's crossed the line. Well, she seems to regret it, or have doubts, so maybe not. Maybe it was easy for Cora to kill him because of how antagonistic he had been towards her and how mean he'd been to her, basically. And so she was enraged enough to do it. But then as she just did it, you saw a little bit of flash of doubt, regret, whatever, shock at doing it. So maybe there's still hope.
Maybe it never was.
Yeah, Gemma's been putting the two and two together, even with the implant.
But you said he was controlled to help us.
She's coming to the realization. Look at her. She knows he might be gone.
Don't.
Okay.
Come on, hug your grandma. Dang it.
Find where they're keeping them.
Oh, boy.
Hey.
Here we go.
I'd do anything to have one last stolen moment with.
So Sousa's trying to encourage her to go be with her or meet her mother?
Oh, yep.
Oh no, they're going to be teleporting to Jiang. They're trying to go. They're going to be on the Zephyr. Or the White House, sorry.
That was her.
Aw. Don't feel bad, Daisy. She doesn't know that you exist yet.
Sorry, did I say something?
Yep, they got to the lighthouse.
We're here. You've had yourself a day. But it's not over yet. We're gonna have to split.
Oh,
All right.
that was horrible.
Bye.
You don't know what I'm talking about that was horrible. Now watch this carefully. I'm sorry. I don't normally even pay attention to stunts, but there in a second, May's going to do he's going to spin around and try to kick at Garrett, and Garrett's going to react to being kicked. But you can see, even at full speed, you can see she misses by a mile. Right there. I know, nitpick, but it was just it really stuck out at me. So I don't think Jiang's technically made the connection yet, or actually made the connection yet, that Daisy's her daughter. But in that last scene, I like to think that maybe since she named her daughter Daisy, that she might have had that as a name that she might have had for a daughter. And so when she heard her name, she was like, what? I don't know. We'll find out.
You still have Daisy. Isn't one daughter enough?
Uh-oh. Now it's been confirmed for her.
Oh.
Oh, no. Well, so much for timeline restoration in this timeline. There might be something to be said about original power. Right, Malik? You might have had it a little longer than Daisy, but he was born for it. So in this this particular timeline they're on right now, Daisy was never born because her mother is dead now. Or is she? She is a super healer, right? They better tie Cora up. Leaving her unconscious to wake up with her ability to use her powers is not a good thing. That's twice now. It's twice that Daisy's had to experience getting to know her mother and then having her mother killed in front of her. What do they want Simmons for?
The Zephyr's been hijacked.
Oh no, Deke's gotta save his grandma. Cool. So, why do they want Simmons? Okay, he's gonna want Simmons because the Sybil told him that he needs Simmons for something. Because she knows what happened in the future. And she knows the bad thing that Simmons is trying to suppress as well. Yeah, it's got to have something to do with rebuilding, obviously with making the Earth safe for a new Chronicom homeworld or preventing the Chronicom extinction or something. So, not good for Gemma, but fortunately, Deke is there. And hopefully it'll become more like a what was that movie? There was a movie where there was like a Secret Service agent on Air Force One who avoided being captured or killed when terrorists took it. Was it Air Force One? Was it the movie Air Force One? Or am I thinking of something else? But anyway, he's kind of like that. All right, final scene. What do we get?
I know you're going to take us to him.
She thinks he's dead, though. Oh boy! So the tragedy of poor Daisy. Like I said, twice now. Finding her mother, starting to get to know her mother. I mean, the first case, her mother was basically insane at that point. But both times having the mother taken away, killed. I mean, the first time it was to save her life. This time it was in the act of trying to defend Daisy that she ended up dying. And how cool was that Daisy moment? Because Daisy's super. I mean, you can just tell. You can sense it from when she totally vaporized all those bats in last season as they were coming towards them, just with thought, without even like raising her hand. To this, where she, her mother's killed, and she gets up, and the whole world is shaking. Basically, I mean, come on, right? Breaker of worlds, or whatever she was, destroyer of worlds, whatever her nickname was. I don't care how powerful Malik thinks he is, how much more experience he thinks he has. Like I said, there's something to be said about original power. I think in the Inhuman world, I think when you steal them, you don't get as pure the power. Would be my guess. Because I think if Daisy had wanted to, if she put her mind to it, she could have just looked at Malik and just basically disintegrated him if she really wanted to. But yeah, she was mad and sad. Horrible, tragic. There was nothing significant about the Sousa Daisy thing happening here. Obviously, she was interacting with him in that one little cute scene where she said, "You really are a square," which of course is a reference he got because that was something that's been said, for a while. I think definitely in the 50s, maybe even earlier. That was an expression, so no problem there with him understanding it. I get that reference, So a little bit, nothing significant in the romantic progression there, but a little bit more of character building and relationship building between the two of them. God, Simmons, man, taken away. Yo-Yo in her new Yo form is really cool. I love those scenes. And we get Blast from the Past with Garrett. I don't know what else to say about this episode because I said a lot as I was going along watching it, but it really is definitely a build-up to the next episode. This one ended with more of a cliffhanger-y kind of ending than we've ever had before, I think, with Simmons kidnapping. Or not ever before, you know what I mean. I mean, so far in this season, or at least in recent episodes of this season. Wow, I really over-exaggerated that first statement, didn't I? So it seems like it's really was building up to whatever's going to happen next episode. Obviously, I think all of them are going to be building at this point now to the last few episodes air. So, man, I can't even think about things like Simmons and Sousa, or Simmons and Sousa. Gosh dang it, Daisy and Sousa. I can't even think about things like that right now because you've got the whole Daisy Cora thing. And Cora is about to reunite with, she's about to meet her sister. Assuming she doesn't wake up unbound like that and destroy the plane that they're on. The Quinjet. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Malik finally dying. I mean, come on. The guy's got to die. Somebody's going to have to rip him apart. And hopefully it'd be great if it was a combination of Daisy and Cora. But I would settle for Daisy just vaporizing him. Cool thing about the Deke's S.H.I.E.L.D. agents becoming actual S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. That's really cool. Yeah. What else? I can't wait for the next episode, man. I'm in this weird situation, and I guess a lot of you guys probably are too. Where, in my mind, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is one of my favorite TV series of all time. There's only a few I put up there: Babylon 5, Farscape, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm in this weird state where I am super excited to see the next couple of episodes, but also kind of sad because I won't have any more, And with the way Marvel Entertainment and and the whole movie television unit now being combined under one guy, who doesn't have much of an appreciation for the old television unit, with which Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a part. What I'm really, really, really sad about is we'll probably never see these characters again. That really saddens me. Not even a movie or anything like that. Coulson, obviously we've seen him in the MCU. He's an MCU character. We might somehow see him again. I would love to see Daisy. Have Quake be in the MCU. But even if they did, I have the feeling that this guy would recast her, which sucks. May would be great to make an appearance. All of our characters would be great to see them in the MCU, but there's such a disconnect now, both story-wise and universe-wise, as was all but confirmed. Hinted at strongly all over the place, but definitely business-wise, a big separation that I'm not sure we will see them ever again, and that saddens me. I would really like to see some more of them somehow. So I'm in this, like I said, this weird dichotomy, where I'm excited to see the next episodes, but also sad because they'll be the last ones we ever get. But Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is never disappointed. I'm sure they're going to be incredible, and I think I'm probably going to love the way that this series ends. I hope I do. They've never disappointed me, even though I go into a lot of episodes thinking they will, but they never do. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought about this, what you're thinking about, your thoughts as we approach the end of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., probably forever. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.